Hi, I'm down here in the garden, and behind me there you can see the rain barrel with the ram pump working. It's going pretty good. It's you can hear it. I don't know how well you can see it. Um, you can definitely hear it. It pumps a nice bit of water. I don't know how big of a rain barrel that is, but we use about half of that each time we water the garden here, and it fills up within a few hours, easy, and it's actually going a lot more than it was previously. I opened the valve a little more, but it seems to work better that way. So let me take you through and show you how exactly we make that ram pump work. It's pretty cool, no power, and gives us enough water for the garden, no problem. Okay, say hi, Caroline.
Hello.
So here is the water going in, and as it runs through.
Probably fast forward all this so we make the video.
Okay, so here's our ram pump. You can see sort of how it's set up. Got a little piece of pipe here for an air chamber or air and water chamber, and we've got two check valves. So we got our waste valve there. You can see it spilling water, and another one down at the bottom. So the way they're aligned, the top waste, what they call a waste valve, is in I guess what you call reverse orientation, and this check valve down here allows water to flow this way. But as soon as it gets back pressure coming back this or through the air tank or through the main line, that combined air pressure closes it off, which forces water up through the top, and then it just cycles back and forth and back and forth. And you can hear the two clicks, click, 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 as it goes. And the line itself coming in there, so we've got a goes to a 1/2 inch line coming out, and coming in we've got a 3/4 line, and it goes on up there, not that far, I'd say probably 25 feet or so up. And I don't know if you can see it in this, but there's a standpipe. There's a standpipe right up there, and I'll show you all that now. And then above there's a 1-inch line coming down into the standpipe. But essentially that brings the level of the water close by, and allows us to get a little bit more velocity here on this 3/4 line coming in. The standpipe itself, or this, sorry, the pressure tank or pressure pipe here, I'm not sure how bigger or smaller really affects it. I've seen different people talking about it, and they don't seem to think it has much of a difference on this size of an outfit in terms of efficiency. But that compression of the air allows, I guess, sufficient back pressure to keep this thing cycling. So every now and then it stops. Very occasionally now it works pretty well, but when it does, sometimes you need to just stick your finger down in and trip the check valve to get this thing going. But once it does, it's pretty rhythmic. So let me take you up now to the other portion in the standpipe. Okay, so if you listen closely, and you can see just over that tree, right there, you can see the top of our ram pump, and you can see the grade. It actually, we're pumping it up quite a ways. I'd say we're probably pumping it up there I'd say, I don't know, maybe 10, 15 feet higher than where the ram pump is sitting. And you can see a line here. There's a 3/4 inch water line. And that comes up and tees into this standpipe. And then, of course, the water line, as it tees in here, goes on up probably about, I don't know, 60 or 70 feet maybe, up into the creek where the water is. The line itself, like I said, if we tee in here, you can see it here. It's just we just got a tee here. And what the standpipe does is it gets rid of any airlock problems and any friction from the line above. So one thing I noticed when I had a direct line, the pump would stop a lot, because if it got any air at all, then you would get a little hiccup, and that rhythm that you hear would be lost, and the whole thing would stop. But this this pipe, so there's a bit of ABS teed onto it, and this will fill up, of course, and water will reach the level that it's coming from. So essentially just brings our water source to here. And if I remember correctly, the water level from the input is about to here. So we got probably at least 4 feet here, and then we might get another foot down to there. And theoretically it's supposed to pump 7 to 1 height-wise. So if that's the case, if you got 4 feet, theoretically you could get, 28. If it's 5 feet, you're getting up to 35 feet higher than your source. So it's pretty substantial. Now obviously that waste valve we saw, that's just wasting water, it's wasting, I think I read, 10 times as much water as it's pumping. So that ramming action, there's a lot of wastage, but that's what gives you the pressure. So just let me show you what we're drawing from here. So here's the standpipe. Again, this is just open. It's not capped, of course, because we want it to just reach the level of the water up above in the creek. And obviously this isn't much of a creek here. There's a little bit of water running down here, but I mean, very quiet creek. It's been really warm. We've had weeks and weeks of hot weather, but we've managed to. This always stays wet down here. We've never seen any this really dry up. It's pretty sheltered, and it's always damp here. So let me take you up to the source. So here's our water source. There is the electric pump, and the electric pump is sitting down, the foot valve is sitting down there in the water. Just a little bit of water, but we hardly use the electric pump anymore, because we get enough here. And here's what we're drawing from, believe it or not. Just got the pipe, end of the pipe in the creek here. There's hardly any water here, but enough to get enough pressure and pump it up to the garden. And so I'm gonna have to keep an eye on that. And there is a little bit of mesh there, but you got to be careful that you don't obstruct it too much and disturb the flow, because you do want a good flow. But I found the key to making this all work was that standpipe, that vent pipe. Before, it was very erratic, didn't work that well, but when I put that ABS vent pipe there on the tee, it was dynamite. But that's it. That's all the water that's coming down here. We're just using a fraction of it, of course. Yeah, we're able to get enough water and then some for our garden. So that's the ram pump.